Just leaving the barn at Northfield Park. It is 10:38. 10:38. What do we have in? We had three at Miami Valley. We had three here, and we had one at the Meadows today. Now, I talked in depth about Lover's Play. I like talking about anyway. Her race today. And then we had the other ones. Now, it wasn't a great night. You know, partway through the night, I thought it was going to be a dreadful evening. We started the afternoon, I guess the late afternoon, early evening racing with I'm Fancy Like. 54 flat, last half, and 56 and 4, something like that. You guys are getting a glimpse now, right? It's not just Ontario. It's everywhere. You have to be able to roll along and, you know, had the outside post, the 8-hole, but ended up in a great spot. You know, somebody had messaged me and said, maybe when Beck grabbed her in the first turn hard there, he might have shut her air off. Well, she's been grabbed plenty of times before. It's probably that she's not a 52 pacer. That's probably it. And, you know, when you go, and we talk about this all the time, when we go behind the gate and we're in a position where we're 8 and 10 to 1, or we drew bad, or we're just in tough, then, you know, expectations are wonderful things, but they have to be based on reality. And the reality is that I'm Fancy Like was somewhere between the 6th and 8th best filly in her class tonight. Doesn't mean she's a bad horse. She's actually a nice horse. She'll probably pace just as fast right here at Northfield. And we have places to race her. We just don't need to be in a big hurry to drag her all over the world to get her face beat in stake races. It's just the way it is. It's no different than Ontario. It's no different than Pennsylvania. It's no different than anywhere. So we started off the night with a little splash of cold water. I didn't think the filly raced horribly. She just got outmatched, outgunned. Just the way it is. And who's up next? I'll just finish up at Miami Valley first. Sedona Hill, who we sold 2 weeks ago, I told the new clients, the new owners, that we would race her in Miami Valley. Now, she's gone tonight. She has left and gone to join a new stable. I thought she raced okay. I think she was 4th and raced all right. Again, caught a softer division. They went in 57. Our division with Purple People Eater went in 55. Around the last turn, I thought she was going to be a decent second, quite frankly, and ended up a little slowing 5th going onto the wire. But knowing what we know about her over the last 2 weeks, one, she's coming in off 2 weeks. Yeah, we trained her, but it's not the same. She's coming in off 2 weeks, racing a horse that she shouldn't have to race, quite frankly, but that's racing. And then, of course, that AST couldn't possibly be perfect. It would be down, but would it be playing a factor? It would not be hard to convince me that it played some sort of a factor in her race tonight, which I didn't think was a horrible race. You know, she went a mile and 57 in a piece. Not a horrible mile. So a decent mile by Purple People Eater. Again, management with this filly will be the rest of the summer. What are we going to do with her, right? We have classes here. I can tell you where we're not going to race her. We're not going to be in a big hurry to get in that non-winners of 2 series that they have in Scioto. That's exactly why Virgil raced Sugar Instead in there. Horses that raced in the first Buckeye. They thought they rate the sire stake horses out so they couldn't get in. Seems fair. He just got one step ahead of them. Just jumped through one of those big loopholes. And we're certainly not going to Scioto. Not in a big hurry to go to Scioto to get her. I'm not going to go anywhere and ask to get beat up. It might happen. You might get beat up in your life, but nobody goes looking for it. And we have places here for Purple People Eater, but I was happy with her. Again, off the gate a little bit. You don't really know the filly. You don't want to put her on the run. They were very cautious with her. Trevor was very cautious with her. Probably missed the gate by, when they said go, when all was said and done and the wings started to fold, probably 3.5 lengths. So one could argue that she actually went a mile and 56 and 3, right? Anyway, either way, a decent mile from her. Then we come to probably one of the biggest disappointments of 2024 has been the abysmal return of Vaquero Blue Chip. Here's a colt that raced in the PA All-Stars, raced in the Sire Stakes, was second in a Stallion Series, was a winner in 59 and a pretty decently accomplished 2-year-old trotter. Comes back at 3, looks good, strong. His gait looks cleaned up a little bit. man, oh man, he went from a 6-cylinder to a 4-cylinder immediately. We've taken blood on this horse. We have scoped this horse. I cannot tell you what in the hell is wrong with him right now. I sent a message to Dr. Latessa after, just saying, hey, we're going to have to start looking under some new stones with this horse. This horse was done at the half. In a perfect spot, second over on cover, you can see him put one little step in and just fall away from cover right under the line the first time. And he never did step forward after that. He was truly, truly horrific tonight. Scored him down. He's got his ears up. I'm like, oh, finally. All right. I don't want to use him too hard leaving. We'll get away. We get away in a perfect spot. Had perfect cover. And he just was terrible. So, we're going to have to look elsewhere starting tomorrow. So that will be, I told Dr. Latessa to bring his thinking cap with him. See if we can't get to the bottom of Vaquero Blue Chip tomorrow. I really don't know what to say. Sure, I've seen horses come back bad as 3-year-olds. It happens. We have enough of them. It's going to happen. But that is, man, that is shocking and disappointing. Just doesn't even remotely come close to explaining how I felt driving Vaquero Blue Chip tonight. So we'll endeavor to push forward a little bit. Listen, in about 2 weeks, not this preferred sale, but the next one, we're going to have horses in it, and I suspect that guy might be one of them. It's sad, but you know, we have a barn full of horses that look good and want to go forward, and we can only do the best we can do. And Dr. Latessa is on the case. We'll see if we can get to the bottom of what is going on with Vaquero Blue Chip. Now, Pull the Shoes was uncomfortable all night, acting weird. Did a ton of mucus pouring out of her after the race. Seemed a little bit footsore. She had a lot going on, and I suspected that when I scored her down. She just didn't seem super comfortable, so I left her alone, dumped her in a hole. We got in a spot where she was really going to have to kick home hard. She did her best. She finished up well, but I think a lackluster performance is a fair description of how she raced tonight. So you can see how my night's going, right? I'm thinking, what a crap night. This night sucks. You know, we got exactly what we knew we were going to get spoon-fed in Miami Valley. No surprises there. None, really. A horrific mile from Vaquero Blue Chip. Now poor Pull the Shoes just feels like she was on eggshells the whole way. Just did not feel comfortable. But muscled through it and finished third. It wasn't a sparkling effort, but it was a hard-fought effort internally from her. I can guarantee you that. It's some work to do there also. Now, the one horse who I haven't driven him in a while and felt much better was Blanton's Blue. Scored him down. I warmed him up. I said, well, this horse has calmed down. Much better. Come off the car, got away second. I knew that I'm not shocked at all. 126 in a piece. He could have followed that speed to the head of the lane, and he probably could have trotted 56 tonight. Usually I had to get on him because I know what he's like, right? He'll clear to the front and go to sleep. He's terrible on the front end. He's just green that way. So I had to move him. I know that the two favorites are somewhere back there. I saw on the TV that Justin was sitting fourth. He's going to be coming. And at the very least, I want to get a little separation between him and I. So I had to jump on him pretty good in the last turn, and then I stayed on him down the lane. And once I knew I had him for sure put away, I just left him alone through the wire at 58, which looks like 31 in a piece, but, you know, had white-hot fractions for that class. And he could have followed. That horse had been able to keep going on the front end for a longer bit. He could have followed him right through to the head of the lane and probably taken a really good mark tonight. He easily won. He never makes anything easy, but he was an easy winner and looked good doing it. So a vastly improved Blanton's Blue. You know, this is the horse. Tonight, if that had been his first start, I'd be like, wow, he's coming around, this guy. I don't mind him. He was good tonight. And there's nothing wrong. Listen, I'll take advancement and progression whenever I can get it. And definitely finished off the night. Started the day with a great race from Lover's Play and finished the night with a great race from Blanton's Blue. In the middle, we got to work on. We got some puzzles in the middle. But for the most part, I guess, all things considered, stepping back and looking at everything, wasn't a horrible day or a horrible night. We got some tough challenges again tomorrow. in Miami Valley. It'll be a lot of fun racing the horses down there. I think Gypsy's got a good shot. Really disappointed that that Irresistible Sun drew poorly again. He just always seems to find a way to draw, but he raced twice, 8 and 9. 8 at Northfield, 9 at Miami Valley. Oh, can't believe it. And then Prince Charmer surprised the hell out of me the other day surprised me at the Meadows. I'm eager. I'm interested to see what's going to take place with him tomorrow. And then, of course, we got Sweeney coming off a poor performance. We had a bunch of work done to him this week, and we're hoping that it will pay off tomorrow in Miami Valley. And then, of course, Born to Dance drew poorly again. Very much similar to this situation with the filly I'm Fancy Like tonight. Outside post, salty crew. That's what you're going to find in the Sire Stakes and the Grassroots, the Buckeyes, wherever you might be. But we'll see what we can do with that tomorrow night. So looking forward to tomorrow. Obviously, we got Ready for Landing and a host of others tomorrow. Lots of racing Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Still tons going on. But I guess, as I said, not overly disappointed with tonight, other than just a couple. Just one, really. Vaquero Blue Chip was very disappointing. And I want to get to the bottom of Pull the Shoes, what's going on with her, and try to get to the bottom of what's going on with Vaquero, obviously. And that's about it. So, with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to say good night for the evening. I will talk to you all tomorrow at some point or throughout the day. Have a wonderful rest of your night, what's left of it. Take care.